Copyright abuse is one of the worst things in the world. Someone's gonna be like, well, what about tummy aches and pregnancy scares and mass shootings? Wow, what an astute observation, bro. You're a really smart guy. Anyway, back to my point. Copyright abuse sucks. It takes place often on YouTube, where somebody will react to a clip of somebody else and make fun of that clip. The person who made the clip gets really upset, deeply offended, and angy-wangy, and decides to utilize and exploit the broken copyright system on YouTube to have that video removed off the platform just to make them feel better. It's sort of a form of mental masturbation that they like doing in order to keep their squeaky clean image as clean as possible. Because God forbid a person laughs at your clip and people see the person laughing at your clip and laugh along. Well, anyway, this just took place with the last season of YouTube drama's biggest supervillain, Sssniperwolf, who, compared to everything she's done, this is somehow not the worst thing she's done. I mean, obviously we have her showing up to Jack's Film's home and doxing his address to her millions of crazed fans and followers on Instagram. But it's still a very shitty thing to do and worth talking about, and as a YouTuber, whenever there's copyright abuse taking place, YouTube doesn't give a fuck to fix their system, so I feel it's kind of a responsibility to speak to people about how bad it is and condemn those who take place and exploit the system. I'm not like Martin Luther King Jr. or anything, but hey, I think I do have a dream that one day this fucking system will be fixed. Well, anyway, YouTuber that I actually covered recently, One Giant Onion, got a copyright strike from Sssniperwolf. Well, why, you might ask? He decided to react to Sssniperwolf's content until he laughed. The punchline being he sat there with a straight face for like 3 hours because Sssniperwolf is like about as funny as Amy Schumer, and he just doesn't laugh whenever the video is super long. The punchline in itself is the long video, he doesn't laugh. Okay, you get it. Now, this case is interesting because obviously when you're just sitting there staring at somebody else's content while it plays like One Giant Onion did, not reacting to Sssniperwolf's content, you'd think, well, okay, to be fair, he's not transforming the content, so maybe she's okay to copyright strike him. Well, I would say in general, no, if you do that, you have a chode. But also, you have to think, Sssniperwolf's content isn't even her content to begin with. The morbid irony for this to even take place is something that needs to be studied in a fucking forensic lab for years to come. Decades of lab coats need to get in on this, doing double-blind studies to try to figure out how neurochemically Sssniperwolf conjured up the idea to copyright strike somebody else. I mean, you actually can't script irony better than this. Steven Spielberg, you have to take notes. So yeah, I'll let One Giant Onion explain this a little bit himself.
It turns out that I actually received a copyright strike from Sssniperwolf. She took down one of my videos called Watching Sssniperwolf Until I Laugh. Now, this was a 3-hour long video where I watched most of Sssniperwolf's content, and the premise was she's not funny, so I'm just gonna like stay there and not laugh, pretty much. It was just like a simple joke, and nothing was intended to harm anyone, and everybody understood it was a joke. Now, this video has been out for like 8 months, and there have never been any problems with it. I wasn't copyright claimed or struck or anything for all that period of time. And now, out of nowhere, she just decided to strike this video because I guess she was upset about it or something.
That leads to the main topic of discussion for this video is why would she do this? Because A, optically, how do you think people are gonna take this? Do you think they're gonna be like, huh, yeah, Sssniperwolf copyright struck this video? No, guys, chill out. I'm sure she had a perfectly valid reason for doing this. I mean, Sssniperwolf, she's like known for making great decisions. She's known for having a great train of thought that leads to the best outcomes for everybody involved. No, of course not. She must know her reputation sucks, and she must know that copyright striking has a reputation of sucking, even if there's rare cases where it's justified. So she takes the two things that she knows everyone doesn't like and combines them? Like, what are you trying to like be the fucking evil final boss? Are you Satan? Now, if I'm gonna be as charitable as I can possibly be to somebody like Sssniperwolf, who is even lucky to still be on YouTube if we're being honest, I mean, talk about special treatment. She should have been banned after doxing Jack's Films. I mean, that is a gross violation of their off-platform behavior rule in their own terms of service, which is crazy too because YouTube is so picky with their rules, and they're so sensitive. Like, if I say a certain word, I could lose my entire channel, but meanwhile she puts someone's health, safety, and security at risk because they made a few videos criticizing them on the internet. The fact that she still has a platform is the grossest case of special treatment. But you know, forget that all for a second, right? In the best case scenario, this was an organization that works for Sssniperwolf, like a management team that violates copyright in order to usually claim videos that have Sniperwolf's content in it so that Sniperwolf can make some extra money off content that isn't hers. They like use bots and stuff to scan YouTube for videos that feature some of Sniperwolf's content, and usually what they're supposed to do is file a claim so that instead of the person who uploaded the video makes money, Sniperwolf ends up making the money. It is basically stealing and robbery in a lot of cases, but the reason I'm not sold on this is because they struck it, and to strike something down feels so, like, personal, you know what I mean? If I'm gonna literally strike someone down, that's like going up to them while they're on a morning jog because they stole your lunch money in 5th grade and getting the ultimate revenge by putting a dagger in their fucking chest. You know what I mean? It feels so tactical and intentional, and you can't, I don't know, man. And plus, it's Sniperwolf. Why would I be charitable? I'm not Mr. Beast. I'm not here to give you charity. Now, she goes over to Twitter to basically defend herself when she should have been calling Saul, saying, I want to clarify that I did not strike anyone's video. I do not have any pending takedown notices. I believe someone else must have done that on my behalf, question mark, at Moist Critical. Fuck you adding Moist Critical for? What do you want him to do? Pat you on the back and be like, oh, sorry for the misunderstanding. I reported the news that that someone claiming to be you took down a video, and it actually wasn't you. Okay, yeah, your tweet is complete evidence. Now, if you want to actually convince people of this, you can literally show your pending takedown notices, like provide the evidence that you would need to provide to get people to believe what you're saying. She's so dense, it's unbelievable. And like, dude, you know they say never attribute to malice what can be adequately attributed to incompetence. How like, I don't even know at this point. Is she just this dumb?
Because usually she just plays the entire TikTok that she's reacting to with no input, and then maybe afterwards says, geez, zoinks! Can you believe that? That's it. That's not transformative work, and it's just taking everyone else's content that she showcases. And she historically hasn't given credit. She doesn't compensate the creators whose work she takes. And then she has the chutzpah to strike one giant onion for reacting to her content. It's craziness. That is the epitome of hypocrisy.
Now, whether you love Sniperwolf and you're her biggest fan in the entire world, or your brain has finished developing, doesn't make a difference in the fact that copyright abuse and false striking will only further tarnish your reputation. You know, nobody liked Sniperwolf who was over the age of 10 and was able to understand the broader context of how she exists in the YouTube ecosystem, but she was kind of minding her own business and just leaving everyone alone for a few months after all this drama had died down previously. But then to just like get back into things and get everyone back on the hate train when they had already gotten off at their stop is like, dude, why would you do that to yourself as a creator? Why would you shoot yourself in the foot? Maybe she just doesn't care because she's already rich and can sleep in a mansion every single night, and her entire bloodline is now set from that Sniperwolf money, perhaps. But either way, still, like, you're just garbage.
Today we're gonna be doing a get ready without me. And that's it, you're all ready to go. Congratulations.
Hilarious and riveting content, Sniperwolf. Hey, if you want to strike this video down, be my guest and see how quickly I go viral on Twitter for being your next victim.